Guys, welcome to this tutorial. It's Teacher Raya here. I have had a request to do questions on section B of the NECTA Form 4 Mathematics paper 2020. So I'm going to do question 12. So the question is about the Earth and a sphere, or geometry question, in other words. I'm going to start by solving this question. So we're told two towns A and B are located at 10 degrees and 38 degrees east. That's one town. And town B is located at 10 degrees south, 43 degrees east, respectively. Now we're asked to find the distance between the two towns in kilometers, and we're given the radius of the Earth and the pi to be 3.14. And we're given some speed here from town A to B. So something is moving from A to B, we're a ship. And we're asked to find how long this ship will take to travel to town B. So the first thing, before anything, make sure you locate the center of the Earth. And we have north and we have south. I'm just going to draw in that line, north to south. And then we have our east on this side and we have west on that side. I'm just going to draw our equator line as well. And that's going to be 0 degrees. Right. And if we look at this, the position of these two towns, they are on the same latitude, 10 degrees south. So remember, the first part of the location give you the latitude position. So we can see they are both at 10 degrees south. So that is going to be below the equator, downwards this way. So I'm going to say roughly, let's say this is 10 degrees south. And I'm going to draw my latitude now. Okay, so let's say this is my latitude. And it's going all over to the other side of the Earth. And this latitude has a center of its own. So let's say this is the center. The center is going to be aligned with the center of the Earth, okay? So my diagram is not perfect, forgive me. So this is the center of this latitude, which is named 10 degrees south. Now, town A is at 10 degrees south, 38 degrees east. So it's going to be on this latitude, but 38 degrees. So here is our 0 degrees. 38 degrees is going to be somewhere along here. So let's draw in this longitude, okay? That means town A is right there, right there. Town A is here. And town B is at 43 degrees east. So we're going to draw another longitude, but this time is 40 degrees east. So that's going to be this way. Okay, remember our longitudes all meet on the poles. So town B is right there where the latitude and the longitude cross each other. Okay, now what are we asked to find? The distance between two towns. So I'm just going to put that distance. This is the distance. They are both on the same longitude. Now, how do we find this distance? Well, let's draw in some lines. So this is the center of our latitude. If we bring in a line there, and if we bring in another line there, remember this latitude has a circle of its own. That's going to be the radius of this latitude, and that is also going to be the radius of this latitude, which means the distance between these two towns, this D, is just the arc length. Okay, so I'm just going to take that sector over here. This is what we have. We have town A here, we have town B here. This A is at what angle? 38 degrees east. and town B is at 43 degrees east. And this is the distance that we want from there to there. So the angle between these two is 43 take away 38 degrees. So the angular difference between the two towns is 5 degrees. So the only thing now you need to find is this distance. That's the radius of this latitude, the radius of the latitude. Now I'm not going to show you how to find the radius of the latitude. I have shown this clearly in my earlier videos. Now to find R, you need to use this formula. R is equal to the radius of the Earth times cos theta, where theta is the position of the latitude. So in this case, R, the radius of the latitude, is going to be the radius of the Earth, which is 6,400 times cos 10 degrees, because that is the position of the latitude, which we're given here. So distance is going to be equal to the proportion of that latitude, which is going to be the angular difference between the two towns. So sometimes I call it alpha. So that's going to be 5 degrees. So 5 divided by 360 degrees. So this is the proportion of the circle. So we know arc length is just part of the circle, the circumference rather. So circumference is given as 2 pi r. So that's going to be times 2 times the pi, which is 3.14, times the radius of this latitude, which we now know is this one here. So times 6,400 times the cos 10 degrees. Now guys, if you work this out, you will get 544.74 kilometers. Now we are told to give the answer in the nearest whole number, so that's going to be 545 kilometers. So this is the answer for part I, guys. Now for part 2, we are told this ship is sailing at 50 kilometers per hour from town A to town B. Find how long it will take. Well, how long means time, okay? So we know speed is equal to distance over time. That means time is going to be equal to distance over speed. We already know the distance between two towns is 545. So time is going to be 545 divided by the speed, which is 50. Now, if you work this out, you will get 10.9 hours. It doesn't say you should give the time in minutes or seconds or decimals, but I'm going to change the 0.9 so we can give the time in hours and minutes. So we know that's 10 hours and 0.9 of an hour. Let's convert that into minutes. So 0.9 hours, that's going to be equal to 0.9 times 60 if you convert that into minutes, which is going to be equal to 54 minutes. So altogether, time taken from town A to town B is going to be equal to 10 hours and 54 minutes. Right, so this is the end of part A.